Good morning, Midlands. A happy Thursday to you. We're continuing to track the impacts of Tropical Storm Debby as it makes its way through South Carolina, and that's bringing with it rainy and windy conditions to us here throughout most of our Thursday morning. Things, though, should begin to improve as we get into the afternoon. So let's go ahead and take a look at our graphics. So for today, first alert weather day does continue because of that threat for some of these scattered showers and gusty winds at times. Some downpours cannot be ruled out. That could lead to some minor flash flooding, especially in the areas that have seen already some of the heavier rains so far from this system. And because with Debby getting closer to us, we're starting to see those winds a little bit stronger today than what they have been over the past couple of days. So some gusts could approach 40 miles per hour. So let's take a look at the latest satellite and radar. And you can see Debby has really made some significant movement inland now, getting towards the Florence or just to the north of Florence area already. So it is quickly racing through South Carolina after making landfall near the Bulls Bay area, which is just north of Charleston, around 2 a.m. this morning. So you can see within the last 6 hours, it has really raced its way through a good portion of South Carolina, now moving into the PD region. And we'll continue to move north through today, but you can see the heaviest rains continue for the most part to be from Raleigh to Charlotte, with some tropical weather pushing in, bringing with it the possibility of tornadoes to the east of the Raleigh area. That's where we're seeing some of the strongest systems, but even some of that is continuing to wrap its way and make it into the Midlands. So as we zoom in, you can see, especially for areas to the north, Chester, Rock Hill, over to Union and Spartanburg, you're seeing some of the heaviest rain right now as we go throughout our Thursday morning, with lighter activity the farther south you get. So Winsboro, Newberry, over in the Lexington and Richland County, we're just kind of seeing some lighter activity with some of those gustier winds up to 20 to 30 miles per hour. So let's zoom in to the north where we're getting some of those more decent downpours. You can see Chester to Rock Hill, the darker yellow showing up. Same thing over to Hickory Grove, Union, and out towards Spartanburg. And we do have some flash flood warnings for those areas, and that continues until 11 o'clock this morning, because you can see they've gotten the heavier rain so far, with more heavy rain falling. So they've easily seen about 1 to 2 inches of rain and could get another inch plus before the day is done. That could lead to some of those flooding concerns. And then farther to the south, you can see things a little bit more broken up, more scattered and lighter in nature. But that cell between Chapin and Batesburg-Leesville is still hanging together. So I wouldn't be surprised if Batesburg-Leesville, you see the rain pick up here very shortly as that system continues to kind of pivot down to the south and into your area. But as I was mentioning, we still do have some of those flood watches and flood warnings, especially for Lancaster, Chester, York, and up into Murfreesboro, up towards the Charlotte area. That's where we're seeing some of those warnings continuing because of that heavier rain that they've seen earlier today. And also, as mentioned, we're getting some gustier winds, still seeing some gusts 20 to 28 miles per hour throughout portions of the Midlands. So yes, don't be surprised if at times you get some gustier winds with some of those outer bands that are continuing to kind of swing their way into the Midlands. So over the next 12 hours or so, you can see rain chances going to remain on the higher side, but just because the rain chances are on the higher side doesn't mean the rain's going to be overly that heavy. We do, for the most of us, expect it to be on the lighter side, but with the clouds, the rain, and that northerly breeze, temperatures going to pretty much hold in the 70s today. So don't expect temperatures to move a whole lot, even with some drying in there. So we'll keep some scattered light to moderate showers, mainly north and to the west of Columbia through at least lunchtime. As we get closer to dinner time, things begin to fade, especially with how fast Debby is now moving and pushing up into North Carolina. Wouldn't be surprised if by 5 o'clock things really begin to start wrap up across the area. Still could be gusty at times. You can see some wind gusts 20 to 30 miles an hour still. So still going to be breezy through a majority of our Thursday, but definitely expect the rain to start to kind of wrap up dinner and into the evening hours. And then by Friday, look at this, things completely clear out and we're back to the sunshine, which would be some good news for those areas that are dealing with a little bit of some flooding. Hopefully we can have plenty of sunshine for tomorrow to really allow for those drying conditions. And it does look like we're going to get kind of a westerly breeze. So that will also bring in some drier air to really help with things kind of getting cleared up after all the rain that we've got in the past couple of days. So it does look like a beautiful end to the week after what has been a very yucky middle part of the work week thanks to Debby. And then going into our Saturday, you can see more sunshine expected, with maybe just 1 or 2 late day showers or thunderstorms kind of bubbling up because a weak little system's going to move in, and we just have so much rain at the surface from what we've gotten so far over the last couple of days from Debby. So that's something we'll keep in mind. As far as additional rainfall today and over the coming days, you can see it's really for areas to the north. Winnsboro, the Chester, Lancaster could still see an additional 1+ inch of rain. The rest of us going to be on the lighter side. I would say even Columbia is a little bit on the high side there. I would say maybe just 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch is all we're really expecting, with lighter amounts the farther south you get. It's going to be much nicer to really start to let some of those areas that have got harder hit earlier to start to dry out a little bit. So your 10-day forecast looks like this. Today's still that first alert weather day because of the lingering rain and gustier winds at times. But again, sunshine returns tomorrow, and with temperatures up to 94, that should really help with the drying throughout a good bit of the region. 93 for your Saturday, that 30% chance for a late day shower or thunderstorm. 89 Sunday, again, 30% chance for a few late day afternoon showers and thunderstorms. And we kind of stay unsettled into next week as kind of a stationary front sets up over South Carolina. So highs upper 80s with about a 30-40% chance for some of those late day showers and thunderstorms, but not looking at anything significant with those systems, just kind of those typical August kind of late day showers and thunderstorms. So just kind of keep that in mind, but you can head over to wistv.com. That's where we have plenty of articles up there detailing the latest on Debby, but also its impacts in and throughout the area. So if you want to find out the latest of Debby, head to our website, and then also make sure you tune in for What's New This Morning, which is coming up here at 9 o'clock, going over all the latest details as far as what's concerning with Debby and what it means as far as throughout the rest of your Thursday.